With the inevitable colder months upon us, Tom sat down with Hy-Vee's chief medical officer to prepare you for flu season. Check this out.
Flu season is once again upon us, and Hy-Vee is here to help you get through it more easily. With me today is Dr. Daniel Fick, Chief Medical Officer for Hy-Vee, physician and professor at the University of Iowa's Carver College of Medicine. Welcome to the show, Dr. Fick. Appreciate you being here. Now, we've all seen the reports that because Australia had a very bad flu season, we likely will also be experiencing that. Can you explain that?
Certainly. So, the advantage we have in North America is that we can look to the southern hemispheres and look at the kind of flu season they've had. So when we were in our summer, they were obviously in their winter. You could tell by looking at them that a couple things happened, that the flu season was higher in numbers, and that could be partly because of the type of virus or the fact that we're no longer doing some of the things we did to decrease COVID. But the other thing that happened is it hit a little bit earlier. So typically what happens there follows pretty closely to here. So our best guess at this point is the flu season's going to hit a little bit early, and it's going to be significantly worse than it's been the last 4 or 5 years.
Well, okay, now during the 2021 flu season, many people we were still wearing masks. How do you think the lack of mask wearing this year will alter flu transmission rates?
Yeah, so during that time, other than COVID, our other typical, what we call flu bugs, decreased dramatically, and influenza, which is a separate class, those also decrease. So it makes sense if these are respiratory spread, we're wearing masks, we socially distance, we're not going out, everyone was washing their hands a lot more. So the numbers were going down. So then in the last year, the numbers went up a little bit more, but there was still some activity. But now that we are basically totally back to normal in our activities, we can expect that we would have at least a typical flu season, which would be then higher. But then it just looks like from the southern hemisphere that we could get kind of hit with a double whammy this year.
Yeah. Now, okay, why should someone get a flu vaccine?
Yeah, so the influenza viruses tend to hit after the first of the year, peak at that point. This year, probably going to be a little bit earlier. Influenza, as opposed to COVID, can really affect younger children. So you want to get a flu vaccine for yourself, because the vaccine, it won't guarantee you won't get influenza. But what it basically does is it dramatically decreases your risk of having a serious infection, being admitted to the hospital, and also death. So it protects you and it protects the loved ones around you that may be at risk.
Okay, now I've heard there's both a regular flu vaccine and a high-dose flu vaccine. Okay, what are the differences, and who should get which version?
Yeah, so the high dose is exactly what it sounds. They put more of the vaccine in each shot, and it tends to be, we use it for people that are over 65, that tend not to have as big of a immune response. And so we do a little bit higher dose. Some reports say there can be a little bit higher side effects, a sore arm, maybe a headache afterwards, but still the same vaccine, same vaccines that we put inside it, just a little bit more.
Okay, now, in addition to flu vaccines, the new Covid-19 boosters rolled out about a month ago. So who should receive this new COVID booster?
I would encourage everyone that's eligible, and it's time to go ahead and do it, particularly people that are have health risks, immunocompromised, the elderly, pregnant people, all of those really high risk to do it. And, with the advantage of this booster, we've got the previous vaccine and the new booster mixed together. And it's 2 months after your last booster or our primary series, and you're good to go.
Okay, we're talking flu vaccine, COVID booster. Can you take these at the same time?
Yep, absolutely. We do lots of vaccines together. We've been able to show over the last couple of years that it's perfectly fine to do your influenza and your COVID at the same time.
All right. Now, Hy-Vee has long been a place where people could receive vaccines such as flu or shingles, pneumonia, others. And you were one of the first retail pharmacy providers to administer COVID vaccines starting in late 2020. How does someone go about getting either their flu vaccine or a COVID booster at Hy-Vee?
So the COVID booster is a little bit less in supply, so we are asking people to go ahead and make an appointment. But flu vaccine, you can just walk in anytime and get it.
All right, Dr. Fink, Fick, excuse me, we have kind of run out of time, but thank you so much for being with us and sharing your observations today.
You're certainly welcome.
All right, thanks so much, Dr. Fick. We also want to mention that individuals who receive their flu shot at a Hy-Vee pharmacy location can also receive a 20-cent fuel saver reward, so get your flu shot and save today.